topic you disagree with and why?
The American flag is a racist hate symbol.
If you slur us on this live, you do forfeit the debate. Just to let that inform you.
When have I ever slurred?
Right. Why do you disagree with the topic?
So you acknowledge that I've never slurred, right?
Why do you disagree with the topic?
Yeah, why do you believe it's a racist hate symbol?
I disagree with
How are you answering a question with a question?
Because you're making the first positive truth claim, so provide
I
evidence.
didn't make any claims.
There are no claims. These are topics. So
The American flag is... The American flag is...
Merchant, I'm not doing this with you today. Either you tell us why you disagree with the topic or you get the fuck off of my live. I'm not doing it. I'm not in the mood for this bullshit.
Because it's not a racist hate symbol.
All you did was tell us that you disagree again. You're being asked why.
Yeah, all you've done is tell me that you agree with it.
No,
So why?
With this.
Provide evidence.
I didn't tell you I agree with this.
And why is it on your prompt?
It's a topic. She just said it. Are you slow too?
Yeah, it's called having a topic. It's called having topics, debating, and a discussion.
In fact, the people who the topic belongs to, they're listed right up under the topic.
So, do you believe that it is?
I don't know.
Why do you disagree, sir? Are you going to be answering the question? What's going on here?
Because the American flag stands for all people that live within the United States, regardless of their race, and
racist people,
and anybody who pays their taxes to the government upholds the flag.
The jokes write themselves.
Were black people included in that when they were creating the American flag? Was black people free when the American flag was created?
Why does that make the flag a racist hate symbol?
It represents America. It represents all phases of America, the past, present, and the future. So answer the question that Javon asked.
My question, like, what the fuck?
Well, the answer would be no.
Okay, great. So, all right, great. Right. So, at the time in which the creation of the American flag came to be, we were still enslaved. Right. We still are enslaved. As recent as the 2020s. So, again, the flag. That's why this is a topic. This topic was directly created because the creation of the flag was never for unity or liberty or for peace when black people were still in shackles and chains and still was considered 3/5 human.
Wait, how were black people enslaved in the 2020s?
Oh, in Tennessee, it was still a crime. They were still using slavery as a form of punishment down in Tennessee. I'm not sure if you are aware.
You're actually doing it all over the United States of America. Have you read the 13th Amendment?
Can you pull that up, that Tennessee is enslaving black people?
We can just pull up the 13th Amendment. I'll read it to you, okay?
No, that doesn't prove that Tennessee...
Oh, I didn't make that claim, so I don't have to prove it. Shut the fuck up. Constitution.com.
Well, then I wasn't talking to you.
13th Amendment, shut the fuck up. This is my life, so I start talking whenever the fuck I want to talk. I don't give a fuck who you were talking to. And if you don't like it, you can leave.
I'm just going to ignore anything she says.
Constitution.congress.gov. Constitution of the United States, 13th Amendment, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Slavery is still legal in the United States of America as long as somebody has been duly convicted of a crime. So yes, slavery still exists in the 2020s.
All right, Javon, can you prove to me that Tennessee...
Yes, okay, right, yes, I have it. According to Human Trafficking Search, it don't come off mute, okay? You want to listen.
This nigga think we don't got sources?
HumanTraffickingSearch.org proposed Tennessee Constitution Amendment on slavery running to go before voters. The Tennessee House has approved a proposed constitutional amendment that would change the state's constitution wording to allow for prisoners to work without it being considered slavery. The proposed amendment passed 81 to 2 on Tuesday, will be on statewide ballot in November of 2022. Representative Joe Towns, the Democrat in Memphis of Tennessee, said the bill language came directly from the Tennessee Department of Corrections and was intended to eliminate any confusion about whether work from prisoners who are paid could fall under the slavery ban. The Constitution currently reads the same thing that she just read, and I'm going to read it again: slavery as a punishment for crime, while the new proposed language is slavery and involuntary servitude are forever prohibited. Nothing in this section shall prohibit an inmate from working when the inmate has been duly convicted of a crime. Today is a historic day. Oh, hold on. We do. Okay, so that's my source, sir. So yes, that article was from 4 years
That's
ago,
just one
sir.
state.
That's one.
That's just one state.
Let's go to Florida. Hold on.
Can I respond real quick?
No, hold on. Hold your thought. We're gonna go to a different state, okay? Okay, great. Oh, by the way, prove to you here that in the 2020s, as recent as 2022, okay, that was 4 years ago. Okay, keep up. Slavery was still used as a form of punishment in the 13th Amendment. That's called what you call a loophole. Yes, there's a loophole to still justify slavery when you commit a crime. Yeah. So those people that you see shackled and chained working for cents on the dollar, yeah.
Slavery?
Yup.
So now we need the source to debunk what the host and Javon has provided. Thank you.
Where's your academic source coming from, sir?
Yeah, so does that disproportionately affect black prisoners?
Sir,
Yes,
yes.
that actually does disproportionately affect black people because
How?
black people make up the majority of the prison system.
Why is that?
Yeah, with 13.6%.
I don't know. We make up 53% of all exoneration, so I think you have to look at your government. Wait, I actually do know the answer to this question. The answer to this question is simply answered because the majority of the prison systems were built after 1865, after the transatlantic slave trade became quote-unquote illegal to enslave black people on the basis of their blackness. So whereas white people then created black codes and Jim Crow laws to get around the loophole of the idea that slavery is abolished unless you are a criminal. And they created these laws with simple things like loitering, right? That is actually a Jim Crow law. Loitering, where black people had nowhere to go after being off of the plantation. They did not have land, they did not have houses, and then they would arrest them and put them right back into slavery. That is where that comes from. This country will always be built off of the forced labor of black people. That is why we can be found for half of the crimes that we have been convicted for to be innocent of, because it's not about whether or not we're actually criminals. It's actually about just having slaves. This country has never changed the things that they're doing. They just changed the way that they go about doing this.
Because shut up, Dracula. Because now those plantations are now prisons, like we said earlier.
Okay,
Racism is just adapted.
I'm willing to grant all of that.
Hold on. So Mason, are you going to prove the topic wrong with sources? 3 people have given you sources. 2 people really have given you sources.
So I'm actually willing, for the sake of argument, I'm willing to grant that everything that you just said.
This isn't an argument.
This isn't about whether or not you validate our sources to be true, as we gave you where you can look them up. And this here is, as you know,
These things left on merchant. Let's get this CA go moving. 78 people in here. Everybody send $8. Let's go.
Can I just be given a chance to respond?
200. I don't care how much y'all tap now.
Can I just be given a chance to respond?
No.
You're not gonna allow me to grant your argument?
Academic source proving the topic wrong. Academic source to prove the topic wrong. Academic source to prove the topic wrong.
Debate.
Okay, do you understand?
I'm granting your points.
Academic source to prove
So
the
you're
topic
conceding?
No.
Okay, great. So
You're not granting our points.
Why do your points prove your statement true?
Why does the disenfranchisement of people of color prove that the American flag is racist in America?
How
What
is
is the function of a flag, merchant?
how is it that
What is the function of
you
a
need
flag,
to let me
merchant?
respond?
What is the function of a flag?
Your previous statement is irrelevant.
What is the function of a flag, merchant?
Yeah, your previous statement is irrelevant.
What is the function of a flag, merchant?
I'm addressing the points as they come up.
you're deflecting.
Okay, well, address this point. What is the function of a flag, merchant?
To operate as a symbol of a nation.
So they represent something, because not all flags are symbols of nations, but they represent something, correct? And so
Yes, they're
American flag
symbolic.
represent
Duh.
Excuse me. And so the American flag will represent the United States of America in its entirety, correct?
Yes.
Meaning it will represent a nation that cannot run without the disenfranchisement of people of color, specifically black people, correct?
They're not being disenfranchised.
Okay, go ahead and prove that? Can we get the academic source to substantiate your claim that black people are not being oppressed in America? You would have to prove the claim that we already spoke about. So you have to prove that Jim Crow laws or new Jim Crow laws are no longer affecting us here in the United States of America. You have to prove that the prison system is not disproportionately affecting black people and that black people are not being enslaved, modern day slavery through the prison system. Let's go ahead and get that evidence. Please do not unmute your mic again without that evidence. Now you're making really bold claims, even though we just laid out all the evidence and proved it to you. Like,
I can't prove a negative.
Write them fucking selves. Don't unmute your mic until you have that source. Slep, let's go ahead and get your age, name, race, and pronouns.
I can't prove a negative, dumbass.
The Bible says my people are destroyed for their lack of knowledge, and you lack it severely.
You can't prove a negative.
Find the source.
You can't prove a negative.
Sources about how black people are still being disenfranchised.
You cannot prove a negative.
Get the source. We're moving on. Get the
You
source.
can't prove a negative, dumbass. You dumbass.
Discredit our sources.
You can't prove a negative.
Stop crashing out. Get the source. We see you mad.
You can't prove a negative.
And prove that racism does not exist in America.
Can't prove a negative.
You crashing out.
Can't prove a negative.
So, we already did, sir.
So, babe, in sociology, right, if racism did not exist, surely there will be some sort of evidence to state racism does not exist in this country. Let's go ahead and get that.
You can't prove a negative.
So now you've proven 3 things now. So there, good luck, bud.
You can't prove a negative.
Moving on. Find the source. Moving on.
You can't. It's impossible.
It's possible. It's possible.
To prove a negative?
It's possible. It's possible.
Possible.
We just did it, and you're getting bad. You're getting
Did it 3 times.
Your statement wasn't a negative.
Y'all are
They're not letting me talk, bro. They just keep muting me as soon as I unmute.
You lost the debate. If you're superior, then debate the topics wrong. You're not superior. You're a coward.
I'm trying to talk.
No, be quiet. You so badly.
You can't prove a negative.
Shut up.
You can't prove a negative.
We already
You
proved
can't.
the sources.
You
So
can't.
how are you going to prove our
You can't
sources
prove it. You can't prove a
How are you going
negative.
to prove our sources wrong.
I think y'all broke
We
the
can
deal.
prove
I'm
that
asking you a
unicorns
direct
don't
question,
exist.
right? Because you can continue to sit on the
The fact that some American state constitutions once allowed slavery does not logically require the conclusion that the American flag is a racist hate symbol, because that argument depends on the additional premise that a national symbol permanently inherits the moral character of every injustice committed under it. While the United States undoubtedly enforced racist systems throughout parts of its history, the flag has also represented abolition, civil rights, and broader American ideals over time. So its meaning is philosophically contested rather than logically settled. Also, when I say you can't prove a negative, I'm not saying that no negatives can be proven. The fact that they are continuously muting my mic only allows me to get out that very short phrase. Obviously, there's some nuance that goes along with it. You can prove that a square is not a triangle. You can prove that there is no even prime number greater than 2. But again, when they're not letting me get a word in, all I'm able to say is you can't prove a negative.